Get that four-way. Free, 4 different sizes. That Semma wall is what we're going to be using for the sitting wall. And by golly, is it a nice area. We got 4 yards of stone with us. That may get us close to the... You wanna be on video, you beautiful pup? Huh? What's up? Huh? Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, October 14th, 2024. On a new job. Look at that beautiful Norwegian spruce tree with the holly next to it, followed by Ben. Ben, what's happening, man? Chilling. A little damp today. Rained most of the day yesterday, overnight. We got the machine here, our tools here, off camera. Here we are. Some Semma wall block over there. Patio's going over here. White flags just kind of roughly marked out the area. So we are using travertine, natural travertine pavers. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes. The color tones are beautiful. And I love the natural travertine, how it's got like almost porous air pockets in it here and there. Just gives it like a cool natural look. Get that four-way. So the patio is going to be a square, and there's going to be a sitting wall on the back end. And then this spot, we're actually going to pour a new concrete ramp so that he can access the driveway with his snowblower. That Semma wall is what we're going to be using for the sitting wall. Just going to have to get some cap for it. He actually got a really good deal on Facebook Marketplace for that block, so saved himself some money. Basically what I want to try to do here first thing is get these pavers out of my way, put them off somewhere. I might put them over there by like next to the wall block, but that way I can come scoop in, back up, and just kind of spread it out in this area. I don't know if we're gonna get to doing any backfilling or anything today. It's just gonna be a short day for us. It's Columbus Day, so we're just here to set up, kind of dig in a little bit, and then the rest of the week we'll be here building. Today, however, we're gonna go play some disc golf, because you already know. What do you think, dude?
Definitely gonna be a sweet area.
Right? So these paint marks are excavation, about 8 to 10 inches past where the patio is going to be on all sides. But the end result of this is going to be about a 21 by 21 foot square patio. He's got like 480 square feet of travertine pavers. The 21 by 21 gives us like 440. So we have some room to work with. Some of them are kind of broken and junky, so we can't factor the exact amount of square feet, but within this footprint it won't be any bigger than this. So even if it shrinks down a little because there's more or less, whatever, this is going to give us the room to build the whole thing. And by golly, is it a nice area. And then on the outside here, he's going to have a triangular pergola. So we're going to end up putting 1, 2, 3 sonotubes in at the end also. We got our squared off line on the back edge of the patio, and that got us all our other measurements. So this line is actually the front or the back of the wall block for the sitting wall, because there's going to be an L-shaped sitting wall. And as we go over here, this string is actually the front of the wall block, and that's just simply to stay away from the electricity line right there for the pavers. The line's going to go down, and then it'll hook over, and the pavers will kind of go up to this little generator shed here. And then around this whole area, he'll either be able to do mulch or stone or something. And we're basically just making the wall however long it needs to be, or however long it can be with the amount of blocks he has, which are on the back wall there. There is a substantial grade change, so a lot of this fill we're going to be able to just leave right here. This side over here is very low, so we might even have to put some dirt around those edges, but we're just gonna start digging in and see how it plays out. Like Paul Ulibarri would say, Ben, just see how it plays out.
See how it plays out.
You know, okay. Shot.
Shot.
Good morning, everybody. It is a much nicer day today. No rain, perfect fall day. Be like I think high 50s, low 60s. But we did some work off camera. I dug down a little bit more. We did some more grading and kind of went lower because the readjusted plan is we're going to actually bring the patio height down, and the sitting wall we build is going to act as almost a little bit of a retaining wall, holding back like 3-4 inches of soil, so that we can drop the grade height down so that this slope isn't so severe. But we are good to start backfilling about 10 to 12 inches down in all the areas. And we're not going to backfill the whole thing at once. We're going to go like halfway, basically up to this electrical box here. And we're going to backfill enough where we can build the wall. That's more what I'm focused on today, is getting the wall built, and then backfilling the whole thing we'll just do as we go, bring in one load of stone at a time. So we got 4 yards of stone with us. That may get us close to the height where we need to be for the wall. We'll get another load today at some point. This subsoil is money, dude, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Thing's gonna drain. Nice sandy gravel.
Practically rebar going down.
Yeah, rebar subsoil. All right, let's get into it. You wanna be on video? Huh? You wanna be on video, you beautiful pup? Huh? What's up? Huh? What do you think? Yeah, you're just chilling, huh? Man, it's such a reminder of my dog, it really is. Like the same facial kind of, like the ears. Ah. So chill. All right, what we put down so far is 4 cubic yards of stone. So Ben's off getting more. I spread that out in the first lift and compacted it. We're gonna need a couple more inches or so on top. So another 4 will probably get us over here somewhere. So he's gonna come dump stone and then go grab another load. And while he's gone, I'll start spreading all of it over here. If you watch the channel, you already know my method, but if you're kind of a new viewer, wondering how I do this, we always get the subsoil nice and flat and raked out of like as much rocks and stuff as possible. And we put this thin layer of stone compactor into the soil. And you saw, because this is really dry and sandy, I wet down all the stone before I compact it. And that helps it lock into the subsoil, and it stiffens it up so that you can put this geotextile fabric on top of that. It'll give it a stronger base, and all these jagged edges of the stone helps penetrate the woven, it's called. There's strips of plastic that go vertical and horizontal, and they open up and allows water through, while at the same time separating the soil and stabilizing all the base stone on top. The reason why this part is so important, not everybody does it, but when you excavate and then you rake out your subsoil, there's always like loose spots from like where stones were. I'm trying to find one. Like you start getting stuff like this where there's holes. When you spread this 3/4 in all of that, it goes into those holes, and your compactor pushes this stone into those soft spots. And that's what's going to help you prevent a sinkhole or shifting in the future more than anything. I've been doing this exact method now for every one of my hardscape installs for I think going on 5 years now. I haven't had any failures. I've had one little walkway landing that was up against a driveway. They kind of pinched each other as the freeze and thaw went through the winter, and lifted a couple pavers, but that's legitimately the only thing I've ever had an issue with this method. And it just makes so much sense to me, you know. You're basically creating a big dry well underneath your patio. It would take a massive amount of water to overwhelm this, because what's going to happen is all the water going through here is just going to drain down into the soil. Just the natural way water goes, unless you have a very heavy clay subsoil, which most of the time here in New England we don't find. We find like nice sandy kind of gravel. Those times you do run into clay subsoil. There's other ways around it while using the same method. You can divert the water with pipes underneath your patio in this base, divert it to like a lower spot in your property. You could create a dry well. You could kind of dig past the clay. If you can find out that it's only like a foot of clay, you can dig a dry well in the lowest part of the patio area, bust through that clay layer, and then all the water will drain right past it into your dry well that you created. So there's ways around it even with clay subsoil. If you have clay subsoil anyway, if you go to do like the traditional gravel and then sand with clay subsoil, that's going to be just as bad, if not worse, than doing this without diverting water, because it's going to hold on to it. And then when winter comes, all that gravel and sand has moisture in it. It's gonna freeze, pushing the pavers up, which is what messes up polysand the most. A lot of times polysand fails because the base freezes and heaves and moves during the freeze-thaw cycles in the winter. It's just a bad thing for your patio. So more drainage, more clean stone under your patio, the better, in my opinion, always. And I've said it on multiple videos now, but I am so impressed with this plate compactor. Battery powered. It's just so easy to use. See the buttons here. Turn it on. Shows you your battery. Just to let you know, this whole thing, I had a full battery in this and it used up 3 bars, but that's on charge right now, and I put a new battery in it for when Ben comes back. There's a forward, reverse, low throttle, high throttle, and this is a neutral button. So when you hit forward, that's how quick it stops the compactor when you hit that neutral button. It just stops it right on a dime. And then when you go backwards, you have to hit backwards, but then fold this over. And now we want to flip it back. That neutral, it just stops it so quick. And then forward again. So easy to use. Like, that thing is so impressive. No engine to maintain. Don't have to worry about oil, gas, a pull cord. That's the big thing, the pull cord. Right now my gas compactor is sitting at home because it's got a broken pull cord. It's an easy fix, but the only reason it's not a priority to me is because I have that, thank goodness. So we're still waiting for Ben. He should be here soon. Anyway, get back into it. So that's anywhere from like 5 to 6 inches. It's a nice lift to start us off. And what I'm going to end up doing, because we're bringing this down, and that block will retain the grade, so where we are on this side isn't as important as we are on that side. So what I'm going to basically do is get the stone to the height we want it to be over there, and then we're going to grade this way, and we'll be able to get our height and our grade correct as we go using our screed rails. If you watch my channel, you know what I mean. But you know, we set them in the stone and use our levels to check the grade. What do you think, bud? Getting chilly, huh?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I'm getting there though.
Yeah.
I think we still might need stone. Probably like 2 yards out there right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see. There it is. Those need to come up just a little, so I need to put a little bit more stone back there. I was like one skid steer bucket short, so I'm gonna get that in the morning. It's like 4:45 right now, so we're just gonna call it a day. We're basically backfilled. Like I was explaining in the time lapse, we just use these pipes to put down on the loose 3/4, make sure it's good, and then once it's all good, we compact it, and we're on to screeding and laying. Hey bud, how was chipping the block?
Wasn't bad, dude. Some of them were actually really big, but some of them were actually really good.
Hey. It's a nice stack, dude. Nice pallet. Good morning. Today is October 16th, 2024. Wednesday, hump day. Day 2.5. So we got here this morning. Where I left off was us getting this to basically where we need it to be. We finished getting it exactly where it needed to be this morning. This entire area is sloped this way and towards us. So that top corner over there is going to be the highest point, and all the water is going to shed this way. But the plan is to build a concrete block sitting wall and lay a natural travertine patio. There's all the travertine. There's all the block. Where we're at right now is this base is good. We got to compact it and then set up our string lines. And this sitting wall is going to be the shape of like an L. So it's going to go down there and then along that fence as far as we can go with the amount of block that the customer has. So what do you think, bud? How you feeling?
Feel great.
Feel great?
Beautiful day.
Yep. Darn tootin'. Ready to build some wall?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I don't have much on this memory card, dude, so let's get into the bed, huh?
Cool.
Man, this job was pretty cool. It was for a viewer of the channel, actually one of the original viewers. He started watching 2 or 3 years back when I really didn't have many subscribers yet, and I was just kind of getting started. And he's been following us over the years, watching us grow as a company, as a channel. And it was excellent being able to meet him. His dog was awesome. The property was awesome. And he pretty much got all the materials there. This concrete wall block that we're using is one that I use on my channel a lot, which is what inspired him to get it. He found it on Facebook for a really good price and was able to pick it up and bring it back to his house for us to build the wall with. And he also purchased the travertine and had it delivered. So we had the majority of the materials to build with on site, which was a nice change. And just the design alone he had come up with, he put it together, laid it out. So he kind of took a lot of the planning and the stuff that would normally be on my side to have to deal with. Leaves everywhere, there's leaves. Morning, dude.
Morning, dude.
You finish up the cap, huh?
Make some lines.
Yes, sir. So where the lights get secured to the wall, he's got to cut little lines, score lines in the bottom of the cap so it'll sit down flush. And you only got 2 more lights to do that on. Oh, you can see it right there, actually. Dang. Well done, dude. Professionally done.
Not bad, man.
Hey. 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 So the customer actually found the lights for a really good deal too. He did his research, man, and he got some bargains and saved some money on this project by purchasing the right products from the right places. But he bought the lights and wired them up himself after we built the wall, and all we had to do was fit the caps around it, so it worked out good. And anytime you can afford to put undercap lights in the budget of a hardscape project like a retaining wall or a sitting wall like this, it just adds so much to the overall feel of the area. So it was a cool thing to for him to be able to add to it. And as far as the Travertine Patio, I'm going to make an entire video of how we laid it. I know you see the result here. I try to usually keep that till the end, but you can see it. I'm going to make a video next on how we installed it. And then we also have a video coming about the jointing sand we used for that travertine, because it's something where you want to use something a little bit better than just regular polymeric sand, because travertine is not as thick. It's a little fragile, and we're here in the Northeast, so we want to make sure that we lock it in the correct way. But I hope you guys liked this video. If so, hit that like button. Subscribe for a lot more content like this. But you already know the deal. Till the next one. God bless. Peace.